At midnight, with rain hammering the roof and every bed already taken, another fist struck the inn door. Elias stood in the kitchen, holding a bowl he had not had time to eat from. His knees trembled. Smoke stung his eyes. Behind him, 3 guests shouted for more firewood. A merchant demanded fresh sheets, and 2 travelers argued over the last dry corner of the stable. Elias stared at the door, hoping the stranger would leave. Then the knocking came again. As always, his hand reached for the latch. For 12 years, Elias had kept the lantern in beside the northern road. His father had left him the building, 6 sturdy tables, a cellar of cider, and 1 piece of advice. A traveler remembers the door that opened in the storm. Elias had taken those words as a commandment. He wanted everyone who crossed his threshold to feel sheltered. He wanted the villagers to call him generous, the merchants to praise his kindness, and departing guests to carry his good name along the road. At first, his open-hearted nature brought warmth to the inn. He gave hungry children larger portions and let exhausted farmers sleep before paying. Yet each kindness slowly became an obligation. Guests learned that Elias never refused an extra request. If someone complained about the price, he lowered it. If someone promised to pay later, he smiled and erased the debt from his thoughts. If a traveler arrived after the lamps had gone dark, Elias relit them. He called this hospitality, though the word began to feel heavier every season. Soon, people requested more than shelter. A trader left 3 trunks in the hall for a month. A family occupied 2 rooms while paying for 1. A musician promised songs instead of coins, then played only when he wished. Villagers borrowed chairs, blankets, candles, pots, and tools. Few returned them. Elias noticed every missing object, but when he imagined asking for it back, he pictured disappointed faces. Their disappointment seemed unbearable. His own disappointment, quietly accumulating, seemed easier to carry. He stopped sitting with his wife, Mara, at supper. He missed the hour when his daughter read beside the stove. He slept in fragments, waking whenever floorboards creaked. Even on quiet nights, he listened for demands that had not yet been made. When Mara suggested closing the inn 1 evening each week, Elias looked toward the road. Someone might need them. Someone might think him selfish. He kept the door open, and the light in his own home grew dim. The more Elias gave, the less generous he felt. He resented the guests who praised his goodness while leaving muddy boots on clean floors. He hated the grateful smiles of those whose debts he forgave. Every favor he agreed to became another secret accusation in his mind. Yet he continued nodding, carrying, cooking, lending, and apologizing. His kindness had become a performance staged for an audience that never went home. Beneath it, anger paced like a chained animal. On the stormy midnight when the knocking would not stop, Elias opened the door to find an old traveler beneath a torn gray cloak. The stranger carried no pack, only a crooked walking staff polished smooth by long use. Water ran from his sleeves. His silver hair clung to his face. Elias stepped aside before hearing a request, but the traveler remained outside. "Turn me away," the old man said. Elias assumed the wind had distorted the words. He pointed toward the packed common room and offered a place near the kitchen oven. The traveler shook his head. "Close the door before me." Elias could refuse beds, food, and comfort in his imagination, but not with a weary person standing in the rain. He brought out a stool, then a blanket, then a cup of hot broth. The traveler accepted nothing. He simply waited beneath the eaves while cold air poured through the open doorway and weakened every flame inside. Minutes passed. Rain blew across the floor. Guests complained about the draft, and Elias apologized to them. He begged the old man to enter. The traveler lowered himself onto the wet step and closed his eyes. Elias stood between the crowded inn and the storm, unable to welcome the stranger and unable to dismiss him. For the first time, his habit of saying yes had met someone who would not be satisfied by it. At dawn, the storm softened. The traveler rose, bowed, and walked toward the pines. Elias watched him disappear without ever crossing the threshold. All morning, the strange request troubled him. That evening the old man returned, dry beneath a clear sky, and again asked Elias to turn him away. Again, Elias offered food. Again, the traveler sat outside. This continued for 6 evenings. Each time, Elias invented another kindness. Each time, the old man declined it and waited. On the 7th evening, the inn was nearly empty. Mara and their daughter had gone to share supper with neighbors after waiting too long for Elias to leave his work. He stood alone beneath the lantern, looking at the old traveler on the step. Weariness pressed against him from within, deeper than sore muscles. He thought of every promise made from fear, every smile covering anger, every hour offered to strangers and stolen from those he loved. Elias placed one hand on the door. "There is no room for you tonight." The words came out weakly. The traveler did not move. Elias repeated them. This time, he heard neither cruelty nor thunder in his voice. He heard only a fact. He drew the door inward until the opening narrowed to the width of his hand. The old man remained calm. No